This is Right Side Trader. Today is June 19th, 2026, and this is my weekly market review. Where I'm reviewing the Russell 2000, that's IWM, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's see what we see on these charts on the Russell 2000. Let me resize this. Let me maximize this quarterly chart. And what do we see? We see green. The Russell is still fighting at that top and all. Wow, it looks very bullish. It is across our yearly R1 and just look very bullish at this time, looking very safe and all. Well, whatever we want to call safe. All right, on this monthly chart, what we see on this monthly chart is still green, still with a close near the top, just like we kind of expect. We're still above the 9-10 moving average. That's this blue line right here. So that technically meaning we are still in a bull market, which we all can tell at this time. This thing is still making higher lows and higher highs, steady going higher at this time. Let's go ahead and go down to our weekly chart and see what we see there. On this weekly chart, look at the Russell. The Russell is the hot one. The Russell is the bad boy at this time. The Russell made all-time highs this week. Again, be looking out for the Russell actually to cross 300 come next week and all. Wow. Even though the thing is, though, normally I would say be careful, I will say be careful, because what we have here with these two candles right here is kind of like the beginning of an evening star. If we get another candle over here to the downside, that'll be the beginning of the evening star, and maybe a turnover in the Russell and all. But we'll have to be waiting for that confirmation candle to see if it actually really turns over. But at this time, I kind of don't expect it. I kind of expect kind of like what happened back over here when we got a doji and then a red candle. We might get a red candle and all. Then the next week we actually pop like that. And right now with this being, this is kind of like what I would call, this is kind of like what you would call an amateur gap anyway. I call it an amateur gap, because when you closed up here, then you gap up higher. You're going high already, and then you gap up higher. The big guys just remove some of their offers and all and allow this market to go up. And that's why, again, I say be careful, be careful, be careful. This thing might pull back a little bit on you and all. So be careful, be careful, be careful. That's all I can say. We're near an R1. This is a monthly R1 and all. And the Russell can go over an R1 and all. That's not a big deal. But that's a resistance level in the market. So be careful. Again, just keep saying be careful, be careful, be careful. Just because we got this red doji and the beginning of a pattern that may happen on us and all. And we do have a little bit of a gap right here. This is a jailer gap, I would call it. So be careful, be careful, be careful. But all right, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and go down to this daily noise and wrap this on up and see what we see on this daily picture. Zoom, 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 zoom in here. So again, see this all-time high that we made. We can see it was made on Monday and all. And then this market pushed down, pushed down, pushed down, pushed down. A lot of people like this pattern and all, what we are seeing here. And then this gap up what we got here on Thursday. I was about to say Friday. Today is Friday. But what we did do, we came down here and closed these gaps. We had gapped up on Monday. We came and closed that gap and all. So now we that's why I'm saying be careful, be careful, be careful when we're looking at the bigger picture and all with that doji up there. We do have a little bit of a gap here. And it might come down and close that. But I'm kind of expecting it to open above pivot come next week on these weekly pivots and all and go higher. But we might get a little bit pullback because of option expiration line, this line right here. Because a lot of times you get a little pullback after option expiration on that Monday afterwards. And that might be enough to close this gap that we have. And then this thing will continue going higher. So be careful about that gap being closed come Monday. And all. So that's it. That's pretty much what I see is a gap closure. But then by the end of the week, I kind of expect us to be making another all-time high, maybe getting above 300, unless 300 starts acting as a resistance point. We have to just kind of like wait and see. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have at this time. This is Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll speak to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.